Hi everyone, welcome to YogiBud's 30-day yoga challenge. And we have 2 more days left, and for the remainder of the practice, we'll be doing a full body flow. One would be gentle, which we'll be doing right now, and then the next one would be a power class. So for today, we'll be doing just a slow practice. So let's begin by sitting down on the floor. So find your most comfortable sitting pose. You cross your legs and you adjust your seat bones backward so you can sit straight and tall. Then you keep your left leg and extend your right leg to the side, or bring the left leg closer to your hip so that you can bring more stretch on the inner thigh muscle. Now you hold your right foot with your right hand, keeping your chest broad and facing the front. You extend the left hand over the head. So pull your arm or push the arm away from the hip and then pull your foot to go down towards the leg. So breathe continuously. So slowly and gently increase the intensity of the stretch by pulling your foot and flexing through your right hip. Now release and extend your arms upward. Then as you exhale, you twist to the left. So you take your left knee with your right hand, the left hand behind you. Then try to squeeze your midsection and then your mid-back body to completely turn your chest. Now you can move your chin to your left shoulder to feel the neck. Now look forward, then extend your arms over the head. You inhale and exhale, you take your hands forward and fold as low as you can without lifting the sitting bones. Now focus on lengthening the spine, opening your chest, and rolling the hip bone forward. For some, you can maybe move your head down the floor. Then take your hands backward. And then you fold your right leg and straighten the left leg to the side. Again, readjust your seat bones. And then you hold the left foot with your left hand. Right hand up on the inhale. So trying to turn your chest forward, and exhale, pull your toe and bend laterally. Extend through the tip of your right fingers. Push your right knee down, or simply flex your glutes to keep your knee down on the floor. Okay, that will intensify the stretch of your right hip or right side body. Coming up to the center, arms overhead. Then on your exhale, you twist to your right. Again, take your right knee, pull it to twist. Push the right hand to lengthen the spine and squeeze your shoulder blades in. Look backward. Keep breathing. And then face forward, arms over the head. Inhale. Then exhale, you lean forward, walk the hands as far as you can. So notice that your sit bones will not leave the floor as you fold. Keep extending. Keep finding space so that you can breathe deeper and longer. Now you walk your hands backward. And then this time extend both legs to the top of your mat. Again, you fix your hip. Sit straight. If you cannot extend the spine, just micro bend the knees, toes pointing upward. Then extend your arms over the head. Inhale. Then exhale, you fold forward, reaching the toes. So this is your seated forward fold. What is important when you are bending forward is how you can rotate your hip forward. It's not how far you can reach or how far you can bend. So having forward rotation on your hip will give you deeper stretch rather than folding too much, rounding the spine and creating unnecessary tension on the low back. Again, coming up, inhale, arms overhead. Then exhale, let go of your hands and walk your palms backward about 3 to 5 inches away from the pelvis. So pressing your palms and opening your chest, look backward and just lift the ribs as high as you can. Continue squeezing your shoulder blades inward as you rotate your arm bones outward. Now release and push yourself up back to the center. Now hug your right knee to your chest. Step your foot on the outer side of your left leg. Right hand goes behind you, lifting your chest. You can just stay here. This is the easier version. Or you can move your elbow outside your leg and push the leg toward the midline, or maybe extend your hand and hold your shin. So it's up to you. When you twist and you feel uncomfortable here on the lower back of your right, then just stop. Or just decrease your range of motion. Now look forward, and then from here, take your foot on a figure 4, just an inch or 2 above the knee joint, and you flex your foot. Now take your palms backward once again, lifting your chest, and then for us to stretch the right hip, we will bend the left leg. So the more you move your chest and the leg closer to the center line, the more you can feel your hip muscles. And then you lift the hip up, go as high as you can, pressing down through your palms and foot, squeezing your glutes and back body. Now you lower your hip down, and then this time you extend your right leg forward. So this time hug the left leg to your chest, sit straight, and then take your foot on the inner side of your thigh as you drop your knee to the side. Readjust your seat bones backward, then inhale, arms up. Exhale, you bend forward, holding your toes, moving your head down as low as you can. Inhale, create length, and as you do that, you adjust your seat bones backward. On your exhale, you can go lower. Inhale, again, extend and open your chest. Exhale, squeeze your hip muscles. Coming up, inhale, arms overhead. Then exhale, you turn towards the left. Take the left hand behind you, and then push the hip up. Reach the right hand over the head, and then turn your chest up to the ceiling, pushing the left hand, activating your glutes and back muscles. Now you release, lower the hip, and then extend the legs. Again, readjust your seat bones backward. Once again, you flex your feet, we will bend forward. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, you bend. So see if you can go lower than the first one. Inhale, open your chest, elongate through the crown of the head, and exhale, you fold lower. Take 2 more breaths. Again, easy on your spine, not to force it too much. Now straighten your back, and then bend that left leg. Take your foot on the outer side of your right thigh. Take the left hand behind you and just pull your left knee toward your chest, or you can put the elbow outside the knee and extend your hand. That's your choice. As long as your lower back, you're not forcing the lower back, you're not forcing anything. Now look backward and continue spinning the spine. Continue extending through the top of your head. Look forward and fold that left leg, or place the left foot over your right thigh. We'll be stretching the hip now, palms backward. Bend your right leg, chest closer to your left shin. Lift and broaden your chest. Breathe normally. And then from here, you lift the hip upward, squeezing or flexing everything on the back, your hamstrings, your bottoms, shoulders, and back muscles. Continue pushing the leg, the arms, away from the floor. Now you lower your hip, extend that left leg forward, bend your right leg to your chest, readjust the seat bones, and lower your knee sideways as you take your foot on the inner side of your thigh. Flex the left foot. Inhale, elongate the spine, and exhale, you fold and reach the toe. Inhale, again, readjust the hip, extend more. Exhale, maybe bend lower. Again, final breath here. And then lift the chest, arms over the head, inhale. Then exhale, you twist to your right. Take your right hand here behind the hip. Push the hip up and forward, extending the left hand backward, and see if you can turn your chest up to the ceiling. So maximize the arch of the spine, but not forcing your lower back. Activating your glutes and back muscles. Now you lower your hip, going down to the floor, and then this time you cross the legs. Walk the hands to the top of your mat. Extend the legs. or walk the knees backward to all fours. So spread out your fingers, tuck your toes, and from here we'll do cat-cow to make the spine and the hip, also the shoulders more mobile. Inhaling, open your chest. Exhaling, round the back. Inhaling, again flex the hip, activate the back. Exhaling, extend the pelvis down, navel in. 2 rounds, inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. So look forward, lengthen the spine, and step your right foot forward between your palms, left knee down on the floor. You can take that left knee an inch or two backward so you can sink your hip more. Hands upon the knee, open your chest by pushing or lifting the ribs up and squeezing your shoulder blades inward. Continue pushing the left foot down, also the hip going forward. You can just maintain this pose or bring the arms up, or maybe bend backward. You just feel your spine, it will tell you what option or which option to take. Now then release the pose, set your palm on the floor, the left hand next to your right foot, spin your chest to your right as you reach the right hand upward to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale continuously. And from here extend your right hand backwards, so bend that left leg, see if you can hold the foot. Again, stretching your quads might be too much for the knee, so you have to feel the knee. If it's hurting, then just let go of the foot. If you're good with your knee, then pull the heel at the same time the hip moving down. Okay, that will give more stretch on the leg muscles. Now release your foot down, palms on the floor. Look forward and straighten your right leg. Adjust your hands below your shoulders and extend the spine. Inhale. And exhale, you can bend forward. Maybe head down to your shin for some. Now look forward, moving your hip down to the front, palms on the floor, and then just maintain the left leg, pull your right leg backward and up. So arch the spine and then lower your chest and chin on the floor. So keeping your elbows close to your ribs, and you fold the left leg, resting the thigh on the foot. Stay here for 3 breaths. Continue resisting the floor, pushing the palms. And then lower your feet, your shins down. Inhale, you squeeze your shoulders in, opening your chest as you push the floor, look up or forward. Now curl your toes and go to your down dog, lifting the hip bone up. Again, adjust this pose if you need to. If you feel good, then be still. Stabilize the pose, balance the feet, the palms. Elongate your side body and the spine. And feel the leg muscles stretching. If you're not feeling enough, then continue rolling the hip bone forward and pressing down through your heels. And then take your knees down to your all fours. Step the left foot forward. So bring the hip down as low as you can. Readjust the right knee backward a little bit. Then hands upon the knee, opening your chest. Inhale and exhale. Again, you can just keep your hands here or up, or maybe bend backward. So breathe deep and long. Just feel how the body is stretching. Then take your right hand down on the floor, below your shoulder and next to your foot. Spin the body to the left. Reach the left hand up. So gently activating the shoulders and the back muscles. Also your waist. Extend the hand backward and fold your right leg, taking the foot. And again, notice your knee. If you're good, then continue deepening the stretch by moving your hip down and forward as the heel stays close to the floor. So release the foot. Move your hip backward. Straighten the leg. Look forward. Inhale. On your exhale, you can bend. But others, if you feel too much already as you extend the spine, then don't go any further. So just listen to your body and it will tell you which option to take. So moving forward, bending the left leg. Palms on the floor, lift your left leg up and back. And then lower your elbows, not elbows, bend the elbows and lower your chest, chin on the floor, bending the bottom leg and resting the thigh on the foot. Continue arching the spine while you keep your palms, your back, and abdomen active. Set your foot back to the floor, lifting your chest up. Inhale. Then exhale, return to your down dog, elevate the hip, and then do some necessary adjustment you think you need to do. Breathe deep, breathe long. Whenever you feel discomfort or tension on the body, you have to do something. You have to readjust. So look forward, bending the knees, and begin to walk to the top. Hands on your shins or on the floor, look ahead and shift the weight forward to your toes. Exhale, bend over. Inhale, lift the chest, arms up. Exhale, lower your hands down to the heart center. And then to the sides of your hip. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Then extend your hands forward, interlace the fingers and push the palms away from the chest. Move your arm bones up as you move your shoulder blades down, ribs as high as you can, then bend backward. On your exhale, return to the center, hands down to your sides, lace the fingers behind your hip. Still squeezing your shoulders, bring the chest out, inhale. Then exhale, you fold forward, moving your arms upward. Again, breathe deep and long. Remember that your breath can help you stretch deeper and release more tensions. Now lower your palms on the floor, spread out your fingers, fold the knees and go to plank. For some, you can just modify taking the knees down, bending the elbows, and then lifting your chest. Inhale. And exhale, return to your down dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now have your knees down again on the floor. And then extend your right leg forward. Sit next to your left heel. In case you cannot sit on your heel, you can put something below the hip so you can increase the height and that will lessen the tension on your knee joint. Sit with your back straight. Extend your arms upward, inhale. Then exhale, you bend forward, reach the toe, or you can just take your hands on the floor. What is important is you can roll the hip forward and find a stretch on your hamstring. If you don't feel it, then you can go lower. Maybe forearms down. Just don't force your knees or lower back. And then lifting your chest. Straighten your back. And then bend your right leg. Just align the heel with your knee and with your hip. Palms backward. Broaden your chest and lift the hip by pressing your feet to stretch the front of the left side. So stay here for 3, 2, and then 1. Set your hips back to the floor. And then take your right leg closer to your hip. So take your foot, or you can hold your shin. If you're tight on your hamstring, you can just hold the shin. Straighten your back and don't let your arm bones get pulled forward by the leg. You have to squeeze your shoulder muscles, your back muscles to pull your arm bones back. Last and final breath. And then you fold the leg and then take your foot here on top of the thigh. For some, this might be too much for the knee. You can just put here on the inner side of the thigh. The right hand will wrap around the hip. And if you have the foot on top, you can hold the foot. If you have the foot here on the inner side, then just keep the hand backward. So left hand will hold the knee. Inhale, broaden your chest. On your exhale, you squeeze your shoulders in, pulling your right shoulder backward. Then move your chin to your left shoulder. Now see or feel if the left sitting bone is lifting. So try to press it down. Now you release. Let go of your hands. Then you extend the left leg forward, bend the right leg backward. Sitting straight, keep the back long and upright. Now inhale, roll the hip forward. On your exhale, you bend. Again, you can touch your toe. You can use something like towel or strap to reach the foot if you want to. Or you can just have your hands here next to your shin and continue rolling the hip bone forward. That forward rotation of your hip bone will determine how deep you can feel the stretch. Now lifting your chest, straighten your back, take your palms again behind your hips. Bending the left leg, align the foot with your knee. Pushing the floor, opening your chest and lift the hip. You can feel gentle stretch on the right front thigh, front of the right hip. Now you lower your hip and then take your knee closer to your sitting bone. Again, option to hold the foot if you're more flexible, or just hold the shin bone if you're tight. Ribs and chest up. Pull the arm bones backward and stay as upright as you can. For some, you can move your head close to your, or the leg close to your head, maybe touching the forehead on your shin. And then you fold the leg. Again, place the foot on top or on the inside of the thigh. Sit straight. Then take your left knee with your right hand. The left hand will wrap around the waist to take the foot, or just keep it behind you. Inhale, you open your chest. Exhale, you turn your left shoulder backward. Then chin moving to your right shoulder. As a release, have your palms forward again to the top. Then extend the legs backward to your plank pose. Firm your front body, lower down, and then lift your chest. Go as high as you can. And exhale, go to your down dog. So push the hands and pull the hip, creating length and stretch on the whole body. So next one, we'll go down on our belly, head and chest down. Now hands beside the hip and interlace the fingers behind the pelvis. So squeeze your shoulders inward. If you can move your hands away from the hip, which I can't, then do that. It will give you more stretch on your chest muscles, more length of the spine. Now lift the chest as high as you can, arms away from the hip. Then lift the legs upward. Hold it, activate your back, shoulders, and hamstrings, glutes as well. Then exhale, you lower, let go of your hands, face to one side to release the neck. So next, you bend the legs and hold your ankles or back of the feet. Squeeze your shoulders in, lifting your chest and push your legs backward, pulling the arms. Go as high as you can, but not too high that you feel too much compression on the lower back. Now you exhale and release. Let go of your hands. And then we'll turn around, lie on the back. So as you lie down on your back, you hug your knees to your chest. Pull the thigh bones down to decompress the spine after that back bend. Ground your shoulders to lengthen the neck. So we'll work our midsection now. Hands on your sides, extend the legs upward 90 degrees, Viparita Karani. So make the legs firm and straight. Relax your arms and shoulders. Just give everything on your legs, on your midsection. Now you bring the legs down to 30 degrees. See that you're not lifting the lower back, so keep pulling the navel downward. And now bring it down
an inch or two above the floor. If this pose is too much, then you can come back up to 30 degrees or a little lower than 30. But if you can hold this stage of the pose, then do it, as long as you're not hurting the back. You're not using the arms, your shoulders. You're just feeling the legs and the entire abdominal muscles. And then release. So relaxed. Release all the tightness, stiffness on your belly, shoulders, and legs. Now have your legs together. Pull your right knee down to your chest. So deeply pull the thigh to press the spine on the floor, and it will lengthen the whole upper body. Now spinal twist, you pull the knee down to your left, adjust the hip, and then extend your right hand to your right. Keep your shoulders flat on the floor, and just relax the waist, your shoulders. Now you release, hug your knee back to your chest, and extend the leg forward. Do the same thing on the left, so pull the knee down, pressing the spine, ground your shoulders, and don't forget to extend your right leg forward. Now spinal twist to the right. Pull the leg down, reach the left hand sideways. Now return to the center, this time hug both knees to your chest. Pull the thigh down or thighs down, and then hold the edges of your feet or the big toes, taking the knees down to the outer sides of your ribs, and you roll side to side. And the most important pose of the practice, Savasana, our last and final pose. So extend the legs forward, feet apart, hands on the sides of the hip, palms up. So fully ground your shoulders, lengthen the lower back, and let go completely. Remove any tension on your whole body. Remove any unwanted thoughts. Clear your mind. And just be still, physically and mentally. Now begin to move your toes and fingers. Bring little movements back to your body. Then extend your arms upward, have your feet together. Give yourself one final stretch. Bend your knees down. Turn around to your right. And slowly come up. So again, thank you everyone for sharing your time and energy with me today. Namaste. So we have one more day. So I hope you can finish the challenge. So I'll see you again on our final class.